Welcome back to the Subnautica Ultimate Challenge, where I attempt to beat the game while following a set of rules and restrictions designed to make it really hard. This is part 3. We last left off in a never-ending cycle of pain where we were stuck eating nothing but creepvine samples. However, it looks like our luck is about to change. At the end of last episode, we received coordinates for where a rescue ship was coming to pick us up, and hopefully they're bringing some real food. Ow! Unfortunately, the vegetarian diet is not shared by the stalkers. This is the only event in the game with a countdown timer, so we don't waste any time, and within a few minutes we are on our way to the Sunbeam landing site. The landing site is in an area called Mountain Island, and we'll need to be careful. Here we'll find predators that are bigger and more dangerous than any we've encountered before. Yep, I'm talking about those big predators. We can hear them roaring in the distance as we approach. We choose a spot for our base in front of a small cave entrance, very close to the Sunbeam landing site. In an unusual turn of events, I managed to build a mini base without nearly drowning myself in the process. Hey, I'm getting pretty good at this.
Primary systems online. Welcome aboard, Captain.
In that cave behind the mini base, I find, scan, and pick up a strange purple tablet that doesn't match any known technology in my databank. I also find a lot of shale outcrops and lithium. Mountain Island is one of the best places for lithium. It's literally hanging off the walls here. In front of the cave entrance, we find a huge, majestic, and eerie alien structure. We'll explore this structure more in a moment, but first we encounter a warper swimming around in front of it. Warpers are artificially created biomechanical life forms, and they'll attack any creature with the bacterial infection. But we're currently healthy, so all it can do is stare at us. Haha, you can't touch me. Oh, you wish you could attack me, don't you? Stupid bot. Now, let's take a closer look at this building. I think for a lot of players, myself included, finding this structure was the moment we got hooked on the game. This is when it became clear that Subnautica is about much more than just surviving underwater. We find an entrance, head inside, and look at this. A surface with a ceiling above it. This is an indoor surface, and the rules only prevent us from surfacing outdoors. Our way is barred by a mysterious force field, but there's a control terminal next to it. And remember that purple tablet we found in the cave? With the force field down, we're able to explore deep into this foreboding structure. There's some cool stuff to find in here, like this alien rifle. How many of us got excited by this weapons upgrade before finding that it can't be removed from the case? I love that little fake out. It's a subtle reminder that the point of this game is not to kill stuff. Just past the rifle, we get our first ion cube, a sort of alien power storage. I gotta say, I really like the aesthetics of the alien technology. It's awe-inspiring, a little creepy, and completely unlike anything else you find in this game, making it easy to recognize every time you see it. Deep in the heart of the alien base, we find a machine with a giant button. Well, let's push it. Ow! That was my arm, you jerk!
The control panel is broadcasting a message. Translation reads, "Warning, infected individuals may not disable the weapon. This planet is under quarantine."
Apparently we are now infected, so we do a self-scan. This part of the game really rewards players who read the databank, as we just got an entry with a massive amount of information. In particular, we learn that the bacteria is called Kara, that there are several other alien bases on the planet, and the one built to research this disease is in a cave system with extensive fossils. After some more exploration, we find another exit to the structure. An exit to the island's surface. Looks like we've managed to get above the surface without breaking our rules. For the first time in this playthrough, we see the sun. And do you see those plants over there? Those are bulbo trees. They are edible, we can farm them with our current blueprints, and they restore way more hunger and hydration than creepvine samples. A clipping from one of these may just be the most important thing we can bring back from this island. It's a great feeling walking around on the surface, but to be honest, the walking controls are a little clunky. These sections are nice to break up the game a bit, but I think the devs made the right call when they made most of the exploration happen underwater in 3D. We follow a trail up the mountain that... Wait, did you guys see that? Huh, I guess I missed the patch notes where they had crawlers take up cliff diving. A ridge along the very top of the mountain ends in a mysterious dark cave. Maybe it will contain some answers to this world's deepening mysteries? Or maybe it's just a dead end. But later, in a different cave, we do find something. A mysterious alien arch with a box-like mechanism in front of it. Whoa! Inserting the ion cube causes a green field to appear in the arch. Where might this gateway take us? Well, there's one way to find out. Ow! Maybe it'll take me somewhere without so many crawlers. I emerge in another cave, but the terrain and flora here is different. Looking outside and checking our signals confirms we have just been teleported kilometers to the south and are now on the floating island. This is great. We can now get all the scans, blueprints, and seeds we missed out on last episode because of the no surfacing rule. We'll have to hurry though. The sunbeam arrives in less than 20 minutes. So we get scanning. Remember the Degassi survivors from last episode? This island has the first base they established. There's a lot to get here, including more food items, another purple tablet, blueprints for the Ultraglide fins, and a bunch of abandoned PDAs. We learn they first washed up on this island and survived here a while, until their farming setup was ruined by a major storm, and Maida convinced the others to relocate to the Jellyshroom Cave. Ow. So much for finding somewhere with less crawlers. Now this is the most important thing they left behind. No, not that marble melon, the exterior grow bed. Between this and the seeds I'll be bringing back, I'll be able to farm anything. Once we're finished with the Degassi ruins, we have everything we need from this island. No, wait, I forgot, there's a PDA at the Aurora Rendezvous Point. The Rendezvous Point is normally the first place you'd visit on this island, but since we came here through the alien arch instead of swimming, we never reached the beachhead at the bottom of this canyon. The path connecting the beach to the rest of the island goes through a small cave, and I'm having trouble finding the entrance. I realized that in all my time playing this game, I've only come up from the Rendezvous Point. I've never gone the other way. I look for a place where I could jump or slide down the side of the canyon, but all the cliffs seem to be overlooking water, and if I fall in there, it's all over. So I give up on that approach and start looking for the path down. I need to be quick though, the minutes are ticking by. I find a path down, but it's the wrong one and doesn't take me where I need to go. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to jump over this stream without breaking the surface of the water. There should be a way to approach from the right, along the other side of the stream. I get the idea that maybe I can bridge across using the builder tool? It's not the worst plan, but I didn't bring any titanium or quartz that I would need to actually build it. So I give up and turn around to look for that cave entrance. I'm now a little panicked. I don't want to miss my ride. After searching what feels like the entire island, I finally find the right cave. The water splashing against the sides of the tunnel leads to both the highest stakes and dumbest parkour challenge I have ever done. Looks like we won't be needing this.
We have to board the Aurora, repair the long-range comms.
And we're done with the floating island. Let's go meet with the Sunbeam. The Sunbeam is picking us up right next to the alien base, and we make it back with a couple minutes to spare. Might as well snack on some of this not creepvine food while we're waiting. Bulbo trees are probably my favorite food source in the game, because they restore both hunger and hydration. Marble melons do this as well, but I find them a little more annoying to farm and harvest. We climb up on a rock at the pickup site. All we have to do now is wait to be rescued. Wait, what's that alien structure doing? Come to think of it, that databank entry we found inside did say something about a quarantine enforcement platform targeting all incoming and outgoing craft. And when we tried to push the button, it said that we could not disable the weapon. Does that mean that... Uh-oh.
It's coming from the building? Change course. Set thrusters to full.
Well, at least we made up for not seeing the Aurora explosion in part 1. We head back through the alien structure and into our mini-base. There's still one more thing we need to do at Mountain Island. I want to explore a giant wreck just on the other side of the alien structure, which I guess we now know is called the Quarantine Enforcement Platform. So I store everything I got on the surface in some lockers and head out. It's pretty dangerous on this side of the island. I'll have to be careful. Who knows what might be lurking around the wreck. Yep, that is a Reaper Leviathan. It's off in the distance for now, but they can wander pretty far from their spawns, so we'll need to keep a close eye out as we travel back and forth from this wreck. Reapers have a reputation for sneaking up on you, and I have a theory about why. You see, all aggressive creatures make a sound unique to their species when they start attacking you, but it seems like Reapers have a delay. They're silent for a while before making their characteristic roar. Combine this with how fast they are, and you generally don't hear them until they're almost on top of you. In my first trip to the wreck, I get the blueprints for the prawn suit propulsion cannon, the wall shelves, 2 different plant pots, and the water filtration suit, which makes water from your waste fluids. Look, I may need to unlock this blueprint, but I don't have to use it.
Acquired.
Outside the wreck, I get the blueprints for the alien containment, which we'll need to hatch all our eggs. Hey, what's scarier than swimming back to your base in Reaper territory? Swimming back to your base in Reaper territory, in the dark. Years ago, the Subnautica community gave names to every major Leviathan spawn. This Reaper is named Eileen, and I really hope she's not barreling towards us right now. Ooh, it's okay, it's just a thermal vent. Luckily, I'm not the type to panic. On our second trip to the wreck, we complete our blueprints for the nuclear reactor and the Cyclops. Unlocking the Cyclops is a major milestone in any playthrough, except for this one where it's basically an achievement plus an upgrade fabricator. Oh! It's okay, that wasn't Eileen, just a biter. Eileen leaves us alone as we get our last few blueprints from the wreck, and we return to our mini-base, having survived our first Reaper sighting thanks to, let's call it, strategic cowardice. We will need to scan a Reaper eventually, but we'll leave that for another day. We pack up everything we've collected from the islands and head on back. Why so hard? There's no place like home. And things are about to get a lot less hard at this home. We have so many blueprints now, I barely know where to start building. I begin by going out to gather some more resources, as I'm running low on some basics like titanium and copper. Here's a tip for checking if you need more copper in this game. Ask yourself, am I playing Subnautica? If the answer is yes, you probably need more copper. Ow! Gasopods do not like you stealing their eggs. Little runs like these show how useful a beacon can be, even if you know the area, as they let you get the most out of your oxygen tank. It may look like I'm close to drowning, but since I know I'm 6 seconds away from my base, I'm fine. Now that I've got the resources, the first order of business is getting our plants growing. We start with the exterior grow bed, where we plant our blood kelp, mushrooms, and gel sacks. Different plants in this game have different mechanics for planting and harvesting them. Mushrooms must be destroyed with a knife in order to get their seeds, while gel sacks allow you to harvest up to 2 seeds without destroying them. Kelp takes a long time to grow initially, but then continuously replenishes its seeds so you can harvest without destroying it. Moving along, we next plan to do...
What are you?
Okay, that was kind of weird. I think all that creepvine is starting to get to me.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
For our indoor plants, we want some more space to grow them, so I'm trying to build a large room, but it's actually a little tricky finding a place to attach it to our base. I end up removing an L compartment to make everything fit. I'll have to rebuild that later. And of course, I forgot to bring all the resources. Just a moment. There's that plasteel ingot. I complete the large room. We're now ready to build a kitchen and a bedroom. Remember, you don't have to have all the building materials in order to get something started, which is useful when you're trying to just decide on a layout. I plan a water filtration machine and a bioreactor to power it. I'll grow a lantern tree next to the bioreactor, as the lantern fruit are incredibly convenient as a fuel source. Some of these plants take a while to grow, so getting their seeds started is a top priority. With my new food sources growing in, I head out for my last meal of creepvine ever. Ah, creepvine. So many memories. I'm going to miss you. Oh. Wait, no. I'm actually not going to miss creepvine. Like, at all. I plant some more food, add a window, and finish up the bioreactor. This bioreactor will consume the energy in organic matter, which will be mostly lantern fruit, and use it to power our base. The light from that power will be photosynthesized by the lantern tree into more lantern fruit, starting the cycle again. Turns out the laws of thermodynamics are more what you'd call guidelines. We'll need all that power for our new water filtration machine, which slowly removes the salt from seawater to create large filtered water, the best water item in the game. I build myself a little bedroom and decorate it with furniture, which in this playthrough is not optional, but I'm interrupted when I receive a key radio message.
This may be your only communications window. We can't send a rescue ship all the way out there, so Aurora, you're just gonna have to meet us halfway. We've uploaded blueprints to the ship's computer.
Sandwich run, you in?
Yeah, give me a second. Black box data shows the high security terminal in the captain's quarters is still functional.
Becky's leaving like in 5 minutes.
All right, tell Becky I'll just take the regular.
The regular.
Yeah, she'll know what I mean. The code should
And
be...
if she doesn't?
Just tell her the regular, dude.
Okay.
The
If I
code...
say regular, and she's like, what's the regular? I can come all the way back up here.
The code should be 2679. The regular's just a ham and cheese.
Okay, would you just say ham and cheese?
Ham and cheese!
Okay.
I'd avoided visiting the Aurora so far because we didn't have the code to the captain's quarters. But now that we have it, we are heading straight there. Next episode. Thanks for coming along as we played our way into the mid-game, and I hope to see you back for part 4 of the Subnautica Ultimate Challenge.